Dear friends, as you know, as AVİM, we are going to have legal rights of Turkish Cypriots related to the natural resources. This is the title of our tell about his major turning points in his career.
Academics and the dear distinguished guests, I'm very much grateful to you for your attendance. But before I will enlighten you about the past of Cyprus issue, probably, I'm sure all of you know it, but I'll start with 1871. Administration took over the governance of the island, except the change to the British system. The population of the island, the Turkish, changed in the favor of Greek Cypriots, the number of the members, by the immigration of the consent of the British colonial government during 1907 till 1931, the uprising of the Greeks, and on the 31, there was a big rebellion. They burned down the governor's building, his car, and everything. According to the statistics, there were 500 mixed villages, Turkish and Greek community mixed villages in the 1930s, 500. And this number decreased to 130 in 1960, 130. After the 1963 attacks of the Greeks to the Turkish Cypriots, this number fell to 27, with 100 and more villages migrating. Parting and separation have now become definite. It was 1963, but actually the partition, the division came on 1959, not 1963. It was the result of the attacks. When we discussed the years between 50 and 60s, Makarios, whose given name was Mihail Christodoulou Muskos, elected as the Archbishop of the Greek Orthodox Church of Cyprus in 1950. He was educating in Boston, United States, his master's, and he was called back to Cyprus and elected as Archbishop. He started the works of enosis, which in Greek means annexing to Greece, and started the works of enosis immediately and established EOKA. It is the National Struggle Organization of Greek Cypriots. Ethniki Organizasyon Kipriagi Argoniston in Greek, and the Greek Cypriot Nationalist Guerrilla Organization. Actually, the EOKA was established to attack to the British and to expel them from the island. Their idea was, here, you will see it later on, their idea was to expel British first, then to expel Turks from the island next, and just get hold of the island. The Colonel Grivas, he was born in Cyprus, and he educated in Greece. Actually, in the he was a sub-lieutenant on 1919. By the invitation of Archbishop Makarios, came to Cyprus on 10th of November 1954 under the nickname Digenis, and appointed as the Supreme Commander of EOKA, the terrorist organization. On April 1st, the Fool's Day, 1955, the first terrorist incidents began simultaneously on the island against British colonial government. The bombs they put bombs on various buildings, government buildings, and simultaneous, one in Nicosia, one in Limassol, one in Famagusta. They just burst out in 1st of April. EOKA's aim was first to expel the British from the island, then to exterminate the Turkish Cypriots, and finally to realize the union of Cyprus with Greece to achieve enosis. It was 1794 idea, before almost 200 years. The enosis idea and the megali idea. EOKA attacks to the Turkish Cypriots began in 1958. In 1959, after 1 year, the British colonial government divided the capital city of Nicosia into two parts, into two sectors, by laying barbed wire from the Paphos Gate to Famagusta Gate. The ambassadors who who served in Nicosia would know these gates. It's dividing the old town into two equal parts almost, restricting pedestrian crosses to stop the armed conflict. 1959, first official division of the city, Nicosia, and the Cyprus. The attacks, the EOKA attacks to the Turkish Cypriots ended in February 1959 when the Zurich and London negotiations started to establish the Republic of Cyprus. In 16 August 1960, independence of the Republic of Cyprus was declared and Republic of Cyprus was born. With the partnership of Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, it was a full partnership. Latins, as I said before, Armenians and Maronites took a place in the constitution as minorities. All of these three minorities choose to abide with the rules and regulations binding Greek Cypriot community. In the constitution, there were two rules and regulations binding two different communities, and they chose to go along with the Greek Cypriots. This is the picture taken on August 16, 1960. The gentleman on the left is Archbishop Makarios, who was elected as the president on 1959. In the middle, it was the Sir Hugh Foot. He was the British last governor of United Kingdom. And on the right side, it was Dr. Fazıl Küçük, the vice president, who did not need an election because he was the sole candidate, only candidate. The 1960 Constitution of the Republic of Cyprus. I think we should all know about some parts of this constitution. Actually, it is the core of the conflict, or core of the today's situation. The Greek Cypriot president, Turkish Cypriot vice president. The vice president has right of vote. Cabinet, 7 Greek Cypriots and 3 Turkish Cypriots. 2 of the 3 Turkish Cypriot ministers should vote on favor for a cabinet decision. Even if the 7 Greek Cypriots said yes, unless 2 Turkish Cypriot cabinet members or the ministers say yes, the decision could be taken. If it was 1 or 0, there could be no decision taken. So this was the how it was balanced the rule of the government. House of Representatives, there were 35 Greek Cypriot member of parliaments and 15 Turkish Cypriots member of parliaments. 8 of 15 Turkish Cypriots, it means 1 more than the half. If they vote on favor, the decision could be taken, the rule could be accepted. But even if the 35 Greek Cypriots said yes and no Turkish Cypriots said yes, or even 7 Turkish Cypriots member of parliament said yes, this decision could not be accepted by the parliament. This was how the build-up of the partnership. Government, 70% Greek Cypriot civil servants, 30% Turkish Cypriot civil servants. Army and police, 60% Greek Cypriots, 40% Turkish Cypriots. The equal governance, separate communal chambers, Greek and Turkish Cypriot communal chambers. It was just the House of Representatives was above the chambers. So the first rule is taken in the chambers, then it goes to the House of Representatives, then it goes to the ministers, and it goes to the presidents. Even the vice president, he was Turkish. If he votes the idea, it becomes null and non-valid. Jurisdiction, there were separate courts of Greek and Turkish Cypriots, so two different court systems. Municipalities, separate municipalities. In Nicosia, there were Turkish municipality and Greek municipality, Greek Cypriot municipality. Supreme Court, 1 Greek Cypriot, 1 Turkish Cypriot, and 1 judge, and this judge is appointed from a jointly agreed unbiased country. 2 of the 3 votes needed for a court decision in the Supreme Court. Customs, 7 Greek Cypriot, 3 Turkish Cypriots. Guarantor countries of the Republic of Cyprus was Turkey, Greece, and Britain. equal political rights, equal governance, separate municipalities, Supreme Court, 7 to 30 employment in government, 60 to 40 participation in police and armed forces, never realized irrespective of the constitution. After 16th of August